Let's talk about the four components of happiness. There is a Japanese term for it, and it's called IKIGAI. What are these four components mainly? Well, they are about passion, mission, profession, and vocation for aspects in the human life. We all want to be happy. Everything we do, in fact, is an attempt to get happier, to feel better. Everything we do is an attempt to experience some form of happiness. We won't do something that will hurt us and hurt us only, period. Instead, everything we do is an expression of our desire to feel good, to get better, or at least to feel some consolation. So the question now is, how do we truly achieve happiness? There are so many ways. In fact, people try a variety of actions to make themselves feel happy. Some focus on getting more and more material things. It's an endless quest. Others try to stay in a monastery, living a vow of poverty, chastity, obedience, like monks. There are those who pursue their passions, while some focus on hobbies. Everyone has a different take on how to be happy. We all have some way of interpreting it and trying to achieve it. The truth is, each one of us search not just for happiness but for meaning. We are constantly looking for reasons on how to make our existence more meaningful. When we confront ourselves, what we want is meaning, purpose, a particular kind of mission. It's good to ask over and over again, what is the reason for your being? You need to have a purpose for being here. This is easier said than done. There are four components that you need to check. Just four important components. One of these four components is missing, you will never be truly happy. The first component is doing something that you love. It's important to do something that you love. We all have things that make us feel good. There are certain things in our life that we love to do. It takes us in a state of bliss. That is why we feel good on the task that is in front of us. It could be dancing, drawing, working on formulas, art, computer programming. It could be in the line of business, making money, buildings, architecture, forms of creativity, giving talks, and such like. It could be anything that allows us to enjoy the moment. That is why some people call this the flow state. Why is it called the flow state? It is a feeling that we all humans share. The second important component is doing something that the world needs. We all need to be needed. In fact, some people confuse self-love with neediness. It makes us feel good knowing that we are needed. It helps us see our worth when we contribute a part of us to the world around us. It validates our existence when we know we are making a difference. We want to feel that we are needed, all of us. No exemptions. Back in the old days, this was not a problem. In olden times, each one's contribution is readily noticed. In fact, each one is indispensable. Nowadays, we don't readily feel that we are that indispensable. Why? Our roles are small. It is hard to see the positive effects of what we do in the greater scheme of things. But you need to find something that the world needs. Something that you can do that creates a visible, positive effect on those people around you. The third component is doing something that pays you well. So this is the aspect of money. What happens if you are without enough money? You spend the majority of your time stressed out of your mind wondering how you're going to get by it. It is impossible to be happy when you spend most of your time worrying about your personal survival. We all need money in this modern world. Well, enough of the talking about money being the source of many evil. In fact, the opposite is true. The reality is the lack of money is the source of so many evils in this world. Money is immoral. It is neither good nor bad. It's just a piece of paper or a piece of copper. The fact remains the same. You and I need money, and not just barely enough money to survive. We need enough money that will help us secure our future and make our lives and that of others comfortable. We need money that can empower us in a way that we can empower other people as well. You need to make enough money so that you have to live under stress, or else you will never achieve happiness. Money can make your life and that of others, the people around you, comfortable. The fourth component is doing something that you are good at. This does not mean that you have to be born with magical, special talents. While it is true that some are born with extra high IQ or are gifted with some skills, these do not have to apply to the majority of us. You don't have to be born with exceptional skills or talents or gifted with unbelievable skills. What you need is time and effort to get better at a particular skill. There will be obstacles along the way. It happens to many of us. But with hard work, practice, perseverance, and lots of courage, we can overcome these obstacles. Over time, you should be able to overcome the challenges and improve at a particular skill. Notice that overcoming obstacles create a fulfilling feeling inside of us. Why? Because we feel that we are growing. And I told you in the past that progress is a source of happiness. Growing, improving, developing, bearing fruits, or maturity are all indicative of progress. Progress is an indispensable key to happiness. It's a major key. Remember that in life, the biggest room that we have is the room for improvement. Progress is a constant desire of the human heart. If happiness is what we desire, and sure it is, we have to do something to achieve progress. Here again are the four important components of what we need to do in order to experience true happiness. Do something that you love, do something that the world needs, do something that pays you well, and do something that you are good at. So it's about something that you love, something that the world needs, something that pays you well, something that you are good at. You can tell where you are in life and you know what to work on by looking at these four components. So when you do something that you love and something that you are good at, it's what we call passion. You need to focus on marketing yourself so that you can start getting paid well. When you do something that you love and something that you are good at, you need to figure out how to make money by doing your passion. When you do something that you love and something that the world needs, we call it mission. Figure out how to convince people instead of simply stating your opinion loudly. You need to figure out how to get better at a particular mission. Something that you love, something that the world needs. When you do something that you are good at and something that pays you well, we call it profession. If you don't love your work and you don't see how it makes a difference in the world, then you easily get bored. You find life burdensome. That's why you need to try out new things and find something you love doing. Figure out what it is that you truly love doing. It's your job to find out. Nobody can do it for you except you. When you do something that pays you well and something that the world needs, That's what we call vocation. Professors are a good example of this. They are our modern heroes. In fact, I consider them with the most noblest work. They are raising a future generation, and in the process, they are paid well, at least a lot of them. While they do not receive as much compared to others, their job can be very fulfilling. Vocation is about you need to constantly challenge yourself to get better. So here is the summary of Ikigai: passion, mission, profession, and vocation. It's the overlapping of the four components. Then we have the Ikigai. Take a look at it once more. It's about passion, mission, vocation, profession. So that's the Japanese concept, Ikigai. You can pause the video and review the four components. First one, spend time doing something that you love. The second component, spend time doing something that you can get better at. The third component is spending time doing something that pays you well. Finally, the fourth component is spending time doing something that the world needs. Ikigai, something that you love, something that you are good at, something that pays you well, something that the world needs. So it's all about passion, mission, profession, and vocation. Without all these four components, you will feel that something is missing inside you. With all the four components present, you experience real progress. Progress is our common goal in this life. The truth is, our greatest and common enemy is to get stuck. And a lot of people are stuck. Progress is one of our greatest friends. You know why? Because it motivates us to keep the fire inside of us burning. It is desire for progress that bring a lot of people to experience happiness in their life. You really want to be happy? Know what to do. Ikigai. Find your Ikigai and start working on it.